We've been working with some of the most common SharePoint sites, things like team sites and document workspaces. And you've seen that the difference in the available site templates is really based on the focus of the site. What is the point of the site? What's it for? Now, let's say you've got a team site. There's nothing that would stop you from uploading all your company's policies and procedures into the team site and just making it available to your team. But the issue is you probably want all the other teams to look at those policies and procedures as well if they're company-wide. Well, you could make everybody a reader on your own team site, but that's not really an elegant way of doing it. Now, there is a new site template that we can use that when we make a new site is called the Document Center. And the Document Center is a site, rather than being organized around a team of people or one specific document, is a place to store multiple documents. It's not actually all that different from any other SharePoint site. It can be created as a sub-site, though if I was creating a document center as a sub-site, I'd simply be doing it because I thought I needed some substantial document management ability for my team, for example. I'm much more of a fan that if you are creating a document center for your entire organization, I'd do it as the top-level site in a new site collection. And I've got an example of one of those created over here. This is what it looks like pretty much as it comes out of the box. I've done a little bit of customization to it. I've uploaded a couple of things. The idea is that this site, which is, as we can tell just by looking at it, a pretty much classic SharePoint site. It's got the quick launch navigation. It's got the site actions menu. It looks a little different. We've got this big section here saying welcome to the document center with an enormous button that says please upload a document. The idea with the document center is this is where you'd put, say, company-wide documents, policies and procedures, for example. And in fact, that's what I've done. All I've done in this site is create two document libraries called policies and procedures and upload a couple of things to them. There's a couple of extras. For example, if I look at the policies library, we've got the ability to give these documents a rating. We've got a web part here that allows us to filter, for example, by whether this document was modified on or before a particular date. But essentially, this site is really all about having multiple document libraries able to be viewed by a lot of people. In fact, one of the things that I might do is, using my site permissions, I could perhaps give everybody in the company read access to this site simply by adding the authenticated users group to my visitors security group in SharePoint. In fact, let's do that. Going to click OK. Again, just adding authenticated users to this in the visitors group, and that means that everybody now actually has access to read it. They don't have access to change it, but they could read this. The document center kind of looks quite complex and really isn't. The couple of things that are different about it we're going to explore later. For example, we have the idea of finding by document ID here. This is a feature in SharePoint 2010. That what we can do is turn on the ability to have every single document in our organization have a unique identifier, no matter where it travels. If it goes from library to library and from different site to different site, it keeps that identifier with it. So if, for example, some documents got created on a team site and then moved into this document center, we could still find them, we could still track them. That's not something that you have to have on. And its most basic, the document center is essentially just a group of libraries storing documents designed for either a mass amount of people to read it or potentially just to use it and to help collaborate on documents. You can do that too. This document center is not as formal as it could possibly be. It is still meant to be slightly informal, and I mean by that it doesn't have automatic auditing on everything. It's not considering these things to be company records. We have instead the record center for that, which we'll be exploring a little later on. But if you're looking for a site to be a central location for multiple documents across multiple teams, this is your best starting point.